morning, campers. Brakes released. All right, let's roll. We're not going far yet. We're still in yard move for the moment. Let's move it, buddy. Come on. Doesn't like starting in gravel. There we go. Good job, Mr. Apophis. All right. It's not exactly even ground. Let's solve that by getting onto the road. We're not leaving yet. We are departing the shipper, but we're going straight to their scale. So we're still on yard move, and we're going to keep it under 20 mile an hour. Even though we do technically have to pull out onto a road to do this, we're just going across the street. So I think we're all right staying in yard move. I think. I'm pretty sure the second I go out onto the street, I'm not supposed to be in yard move anymore. But I think this might be a private road. Not 100% certain. Nobody coming. Cool. Let's just take up this entire road. At the very least, the street we just came off of was a private road, so I can plead ignorance. Which, as you know, is the best way to get anything. Yard move is a new status that came with the ELD switchover. ELD, electronic logging device. We used to be on something called AOBRs, which were automatic onboard recording devices. AOBRD. I always forget the D on that one. We were on those for the longest time, and then switched fairly recently. Okay. I need to use the scale. Oh, you're using the scale too. Perfect. Isn't deep. It's not cool. I felt kind of bad after that guy waited me for it. I hit the throttle and nothing happened because the truck was confused. Alright. Yeah, yard move is a new option under the ELD. It takes the place of stuff that we would have previously done as anything that we would have done before as, say, just on duty, not driving, that requires moving the truck. Would previously under the AOBR, we just had the 2 mile radius before it tripped us into driving. On ELD, you move the truck, you're driving. So in this case, it's super helpful because yard move allows us to still do stuff at a customer without being in the drive line. It's still on duty, so it's still part of your workday. But say if you've run out of hours, at some point already, you can still perform duties at a customer. But you can still use yard move even if your 14's out. And it'll prevent you from logging breaks where you're sleeping, where the computer thinks you're sleeping, but you're actually doing work at, but you're actually doing like work at the various parts of your customer. So it's nifty as a driver protection thing. A lot of drivers are really annoyed because they like being able to do work without it being logged. Because a lot of drivers weren't doing the on-duty not driving thing before. They were just like docking and undocking trailers while in sleeper berth status. Which I might add, was not legal at any time. So a lot of drivers are really mad because they can't do that anymore, and they think that their anger is justified, even though it's like that you're admitting that you were falsifying your logs previously, which is maybe not what you want to be admitting to. Alright. Hello, car, what are you doing? Okay, you're not getting in front of me. Got it. Let's see. Drive axle. Or, steer axle. Let's get my drives up onto the concrete pad. Here we go. 1,200 and 12,400 even. Awesome. I like that. We're doing all interstate, so it's fine. And let's get our trailer axle up onto the concrete pad before we jot down our drive plus steer weight. Am I on the scale on the right? Yeah. Perfect. That is 44,860. fire truck. Oh, I managed to put that right in a blind spot. Settle. Settle. 78,480. 78,480. Okay, so that puts 0, 0, 2. Sorry, that's 16 minus 8, 8. So 7, 4, 3, 4, 4. That was 8. What? I'm subtracting the wrong way. 2. 4, 6, 3. I know how to math. Are you on behind me? No. 78, 480 minus 44, 860. I messed that up already. This is not me failing to math, this is me failing to use a calculator. 44, 860. 33,620 on our trailer. And 44,860 minus 12,400 equals. And 32,460 on our drives, plus 12,400 on our steers. I like that, that's fine. That'll be nicely balanced once we get some fuel. So let's stash Sinclair and get rolling. We are legal for every state we will be passing through, provided we stay on interstate highways. We're a little heavy on our steer axle. It's fine. It's fine. My APU exemption should actually cover the extra weight on our steer axle, I think. Pretty sure my APU exemption works on the steer axle. Most of our APU's weight is on. It's like half on the steer, half on the drives. Yeah. All right. So now we are driving. We're still in the yard move status, but conveniently yard move has a cutout built in. So the second we break 20 mile an hour, it'll just switch us to driving. Or when I stop for this dude, I can turn off. This is the same dude, isn't it? Alright. It's not how traffic is supposed to work, sir. You have right of way. I am the one that is turning. Oh, you were also turning. You failed to use your turn signal. But you still had right of way because you were turning right and I was turning left. That's how this works. I appreciate the courtesy, but I'd rather you just like do what I expect for traffic because of laws. I have exceeded my company's use of yard move and have been switched to driving. Excellent. I like that there was actually a pop-up for it. That was kind of neat. Now, was that a pop-up based on the radius, or... Oh, cool. We've already switched to driving. It didn't log any extra time. That's fantastic. All right. Are they stopping? Oh, I guess they are stopping. All right, cool. That makes my life easier. Right on red for the win. There was traffic coming from my left, so I was hesitant to pull out while I still had a red light. But it turns out they also had red lights. Then once the left turn got the flashing yellow, that was the vehicles opposite us getting a green light. So it was safe for us to go. So what happened there was we hit 20 mile an hour as we were leaving, as we were on that road pulling up toward the stoplight. So it switched me automatically onto the drive line. I love that. I don't have to think about it, it just does it. looks like your yard move has clearly ended because I have exceeded 20 mile an hour. Ah. Alright, so we're going to use the far right lane because the far right lane has a shoulder we can off track onto. Normally what you want to do in these situations is use the outside lane, but you can see here very clearly that the outside lane is designed, or the inside lane is designed for trucks. It has a bit more space. It's frustrating because like the laws are all like, you know, the trucks need to be in this lane, then you get to the actual intersections and they're clearly engineered assuming trucks are going to be in the right lane, because you know, why would a traffic engineer know that trucks are supposed to use the other lane? Right? Right? I don't even know if what the law is here. I just know in Montana, trucks are supposed to use the outermost turn lane. Left turn, you want to be on the rightmost left turn lane. Right turn, you want to be on the leftmost right turn lane. It makes sense if you think about it, just because it gives your trailer room to off track and makes you less likely to like have to run something over. But like for right turns especially, I don't like the other traffic being on my blind side. I would rather have my blind side covered and just wait for the traffic in the other lane to clear so I can use both of them, which seems to just generally kind of work a little bit better. This is Washington Highway 240 East, by the way, is what we're on right now. We're dropping down toward, we're in Richland, Washington. I didn't actually say that at any point. That was a big potato producer that we were picking up at. And we have an unspecified frozen potato product on board. I would not normally give you that much information about my load, but you guys are kind of able to see that we were picking up at Lamb Weston. Braking. Reducing speed. We're heading for Interstate 182 is where we're going right now, because we're gonna head up to 395. And at 395, we are going to take that all the way up to Interstate 90. And we'll be doing Interstate 90 east from there. We do have to pick up. I'm going to pick up my mail at Jim Palmer, so that'll be nice. We'll stop there sometime late tonight. Pick up my stuff. Maybe do a little laundry. I don't know. I don't plan to be there that long. So I think it's just going to be a stop and go. Which means I should probably eat dinner before I get there. Because if I'm going to be there super late, I can just order Domino's, but I don't know how late the Domino's is open there anymore. It used to be midnight, but it might not be anymore. I also don't know that I'm going to actually get there at midnight. Did you just run a red, or... The other side may have just had a green a bit longer, because it definitely was quite a delay on our green over here. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a truck driver. I don't know what the signal facing opposite me was. I just know what the signal on our side was, and there's no way to know. No way to know what the opposite signal was. Could have been anything. Absolutely anything. Please don't pass me on the right guy. I see you thinking about it. You don't have the time. Absolutely no clue what lane I need to be in to get on 182 going east. I don't have a GPS running right now. None whatsoever. We're navigating the old-fashioned way by memory and signs. I know where 182 is. I don't know how to get onto it from this road. We're just going to have to wing it as we get there. But you know, winging it's fun in a 70-foot truck. Hopefully we don't need to get like 2 lanes over in a matter of moments. I have faith that we will be able to get in the lane we need from here. Because surely whoever designed this road was thinking about that. About how many trucks are going to be using it. Now most of the trucks will be in this lane. Please stay green. Thank you. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous day out here. I tried to do a video on kind of a day in the life with the new ELD update, but just the number of contradictions that have been coming from the various companies that I drive for, Prime and Jim Palmer specifically, of when you can and can't use yard move and personal conveyance. I definitely stopped. No, there's nothing in front of me. It's fine. I definitely stopped using. I had one video that was going to be uploaded, and I canceled that because something I said directly contradicted something that our logs person has been saying. I'm pretty sure I'm in the right legally, but companies have the right to put more stringent restrictions on statuses like yard move and personal conveyance than the FMCSA does. So even though legally I'm right about my thinking on how to use this status, the company doesn't want us to use it that way, so we shouldn't use it. I need to get in the middle lane. Right lane is exiting. I need 182 east. 182 oeste. No, este. East. I don't know. I think oeste is west, because OE kind of makes a w sound. I don't remember Spanish. I know no Spanish. I do not remember enough Spanish to actually consider that a language I understand. This recording is going super long, and I'm just going to keep going, because why not? Super long videos are all the rage on YouTube right now, right? Spoilers, they're not. They're totally not. They're totally not. But the longer this video goes, the more things I'll think of to talk about. 182 East Pasco, Kennewick. I think this lane just goes on to 182. Please stay green. Fantastic. Freeway entrance. Excellent. Yes, this road just goes down and becomes part of 182. Wonderful. Because 240 and 182 go over the river on the same bridge together. A little bit of engine braking. So since we are in Washington, we are getting on an interstate where the speed limit's like 65. But because we are in Washington, the speed limit is, in fact, for me, 60 mile an hour, not now Apophis. We appreciate your warning of the white line on our right. I see it, trust me. Alright. So this lane will stay on 240 to Kennewick, so we need to move left. And this lane goes to George Washington Way, so we need to move left again. Alright, welcome to I-182. 182 is a pretty handy freeway link between US Highway 395 and Interstate 82. It kind of goes along the north side of Kennewick and the south side of Ridgeland. So it's very much not in the direction you want it to go if you're just looking to avoid Kennewick on 395. So most trucks still go through Kennewick on 395, even though there is a freeway link from 395 to I-82. It's just so far out of route that most people don't bother. And the signs, the signs do not direct traffic to use 182. They direct traffic straight through town on 395. Which I think it would probably be better for everybody if they just told trucks, like if through trucks just weren't allowed to use 395 in the town. I think that would probably be a good idea at some point, but they're not showing any signs of doing that. This is a pretty truck-friendly town, so I don't think they're looking to completely ban trucks from their freeway, or from their primary road through town. But they could. Like, they've got this whole freeway built already, and they don't make people use it, which is odd. I mean, eastbound trucks can still use it at least. Like if you're doing route, this is also US Highway 12, by the way. So if you're going from, say, Yakima to Walla Walla, you would use this freeway. So it's getting plenty of use. I mean, obviously there's tons of traffic. Do I need to move right? I think I need to move right. Alright. There's so many little spots on my windshield already that I just can't even scrub out with my chamois towel. It's like, come on. It's a brand new truck. It's only like a year old. It's barely a year off the factory floor and it's already got chips in the window. It's annoying. And some of them are right in front of the camera, which for the most part are only visible when the sun is ahead of me and above me. So it's fine, but you know, a little annoying. It gives it character, but you know, then people complain that my windshield's dirty even when it's not. Like right now, not dirty. Windshield, very clean. Windexed it, scrubbed it real hard right before we left. Both sides, inside and out. But there's still like little spots, which I guess are like rock chips and stuff. It doesn't help that the camera is like just barely on the dashboard. So the part of the window that gets the most rock chips is like low and in front. Every window I've ever had get cracked has happened there from rocks hitting near the windshield wiper blades. It's just like that's just kind of where they hit, I guess. I don't know, or at least where they hit with the most force. I guess if they're going up higher, the wind is kind of deflecting them away. But in that little like dead zone of wind right there in front of the truck, it's just like it hits with extra force because all the wind is hitting the windshield there as well. I don't know. I'm sure there's some like actual physics explanation for why that makes that's a more likely place for cracks and chips to happen, but I don't know it. I can only theorize. That looks like a nice big new road they're putting in there. Wonder where that could be going. Probably just a new part of that subdivision. I bet one of those rows is for the houses and the other one's the actual road, because I can see like a sidewalk in the middle of it. Yeah. So that's probably just an expanding subdivision. This area is growing. It's always growing. This part of Washington's like the economic engine of Washington. It's all the food goes out through here. So much food gets grown here. It's amazing. It's a ton of food, which is a little bit concerning when you realize how close this is to the Hanford site, but still, so much food. Including our delicious frozen potato product that we are moving from Mr. Weston. I presume there's an actual person named Lamb Weston. I have no idea, honestly. For all I know, the actual like person Lamb Weston is long dead. Okay, y'all are just not even trying to merge. What was your plan if I did not move over? You were just gonna drive into the side of my trailer? Really? Come on, guys. Well, now you're just sitting next to me. So like, I feel like you have failed to plan here. Okay, there we go. If y'all had just made a gap, I know you just cut off a dump truck. That was dumb. If you had just merged like a normal human being, you'd have been past me and gone already. That's the minivan. That's the one I was talking to that entire time. That silver minivan with Dave Smith license plates. Dave Smith is an extremely large automobile dealer. Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, I think, up in northern Idaho. It's like one of the biggest car dealers in the country, and it's extremely remote. It's hilarious. Alright, I need 395 north. This is 395 south. So that's not the road I need. So let's merge left. Let the Mini go past. Fantastic. Goodbye, Mini. And now merge left. Also conveniently gets us out from behind the school bus. School bus, do you need to move left? I guess not. I don't know. You're not signaling, so presumably you know this road better than I do, because you are school bus. You are local, probably. Pasco School, yeah, you're local. You heard my engine brakes there because this guy in front of us is only doing 54. So my truck was adjusting our speed, because my truck can see the vehicle directly in front of us, because my truck is cool and futuristic like that. Hey, there's another Prime. That's a new Prime. He's got the fancy tails. fancy low profile tails. But that's fine. I've got a never forget trailer, which is the perfect trailer to be pulling today. So I'm happier with my trailer, because this trailer also happens to have the old boat tail style trailer tails, which are a little bit better for fuel economy than the new low profile ones. Fun fact. The problem is just that so many people, like, the whole thing with the tails, yeah, I know, 26 minutes, still going. The whole thing with the tails, you just see that truck up above us right there. That's the new fancy low profile tails. The whole thing that happened, thank you, Apophis, was that Prime drivers weren't opening the tails. And Prime is like, why did we spend all this money on tails if drivers aren't going to use them? How do we make drivers use them? And somebody had the bright idea of putting on tails on the truck that open themselves. And then they discovered that the same drivers that were too lazy to open the tails in the first place were also too lazy to check and see if the tails had opened themselves. And so they wound up doing a whole lot of damage to a whole lot of customers when people would just back trailers into a dock without even looking. And it would result in smashing the dock door in. Alright, can you not cut me off? That would be great. Alright, minivan, you will have to just figure it out, because I'm not moving over. You just get behind me. There's people on my left. I can't. Alright. Open up a little more space here, Apophis, please. Very good, very good. So yeah, so Prime was like, oh, we'll put tails on that open themselves. And then, you know, they started doing damage, so Prime re-engineered those tails to latch themselves to the back doors. And I just want to reiterate, these tails that they added to the trucks that open themselves aren't as effective as the tails we already had. We're going to back off here and give this potato hauler a chance to get onto the interstate without running him into the side of the road. You're good? Very good. All right. See, we're the nice ones. We're the nice ones. You guys are only doing 30. Alright. It's fine. Here's our exit. Short on-ramps are the bane of everyone's existence when you do trucking. Nobody likes short on-ramps. So now we get to do the Clover onto 395 North. I mean, technically we're already on 395 North. This is like getting us on the actual right-of-way for 395 North. I hope that's where you wanted to go, little red car. You are now going back into the city. That's 397 South. So I assume is an old alignment to 395. I don't know. I can only, like, guess. Oh, why are you stopped there? Buddy. Oh, no, you're off the road. Okay. It looked like that guy was on the road from back there. Message waiting to be read on my Qualcomm, but I'm not going to read it because I'm currently driving. And conveniently, our customer had a scale, so we don't even need to stop and visit the Broadway Flying J up here this time. Let's turn my turn signal off. Actually, let's turn my turn signal back on because we need to merge onto US 395 North. Fantastic. Moving left. 395 North. This is a 4-lane expressway / freeway all the way to Interstate 90 from here. It separates up here and it stays separated the whole way. It's got a couple of level crossings that they're still working out, just crossroads and farm turns and stuff. But most of the exits from here to I-90 are now proper freeway limited access exits. So it's very cool. Very cool. We're at 30 minutes. I should probably cut it now. We've driven through the whole of the Tri-Cities, from Richland through Kennewick to Pasco. It is time for us to leave. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am on my way out, heading up to Spokane and Missoula. I will see you guys in the next video, hopefully tomorrow. But I don't know. This one might take a while to upload because it's 30 minutes long, because I'm just weird like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the cool trucks on the right. My name is Ellie O'Dare. You can find me on the internet at Ellie O'Dare, on Twitter.com. Twitter's the best place to get a hold of me. It's the first place I check when I park my truck at the end of the day. So if you want to actually say stuff to me, that's a great place to do it. You can also just leave comments below the video. I do read them all. yes, I do throw the weird other language comments into Google Translate, and if it sounds like something inappropriate, I will delete it. I know Google Translate is not a reliable way to gauge what people are actually saying in another language, but if I cannot speak your language and Google Translate makes it sound like you said something inappropriate, I will delete your comment. So if you are the individual wondering why you can't talk about something in my comments, then that is why. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. There was someone leaving Turkish comments, and they were extremely inappropriate according to Google Translate, so I deleted them. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Come say hi on the internet. I'm also on Xbox Live, Steam, and Nintendo Switch. You can find me there. Also, at ElioDare. Have a great day. 32 minutes. That might be a new record for a single take video. Aside from the 8-hour desert bus. Or 6-hour desert bus video. Oops. Bye!